everybody? Chaos Gamer here, and yes, we are back with some more My Hero Ultra Impact. And in today's video, we are finally going to be showcasing Clmax Battle's Star and the Stripes in Ultra Arena. Sorry I haven't got the chance to do so. You guys know since it's the holiday season, usually I'm not on YouTube like that. But now that we're basically heading towards the end of that, we're going to be getting started with our regular scheduled program, with our girl being one of those first. So with that being said, let's not waste any more time. Let's blow this shit right the hell up. And ladies and gentlemen, let us get started with today's video. And you can let me know down below, number one, how has this character been for you? Not only in just Ultra Arena, but the other type of content that is currently available to you in the game. And number two is, what goals have you set for the new year? I know personally me, I'll just tell you guys this, I have some goals set in mind with the YouTube channel and also with my personal life as well, as I mentioned a little bit of some of the stuff that is going on. So hopefully those could be fulfilled, man. You know, at the end of the day, you know, we set out these goals, but sometimes, you know, for most people, it really doesn't get the job done like that. But, you know, that's why we just gotta keep trying and trying and trying. We got a whole 365 days to make something possible. So let's start out with the post-ultra move, which is going to be after it loads in, because I do not remember the name. State-of-the-art hypersonic, and then after that is going to be intercontinental cruise punch. Yeah, okay. This is like some Dragon Ball movie type move. This one's 50% damage to all opponents, makes all opponents vulnerable for 3 turns, which, if you don't know what vulnerable is, it basically makes you take more damage. Well, the opponent take more damage depending on which side is getting hit with the vulnerability. And imposes New Order one time. This effect cannot be nullified, restricted, or cancelled. With a high chance of imposing New Order one time. This effect cannot be nullified, restricted, or cancelled. And a medium chance of imposing New Order one time. This effect cannot be nullified, restricted, or cancelled. The skill gains Bullseye. And then when the enhancement bonus effect is activated, increases the skill impact by 100% when character has persistence. And for those of you that have forgotten what New Order does, when the specified conditions presented at the time it was inflicted are met, this effect can be converted into a particular status ailment. Now, in the Clmax battle, it was mostly with stun, so we'll have to see in the fights that we do go up against Star and Stripe what type of status ailments we are going to be getting and hitting the opponents with once the New Order effect is activated. Which, I would feel like, personally for me, New Order should have been something different. I feel like it would be cool if, like, you get to pick power down, speed down, defensive down, or some other type of debuff that you can put on the opponent. I think that would have been way better than what they did with the current way of New Order works. First action scope, which goes to Power Strike, does 400% damage to a single opponent and decreases a single opponent's power by 5% for 10 turns. The high chance of imposing New Order one time, and a medium chance of imposing New Order one time. Increases power of a single opponent with status ailment restrictions by 5 for 10 turns. And then all the effects granted by the skill cannot be nullified, restricted, or cancelled, and then the skill gains Bullseye. The enhancement bonus effect when activated, low chance of imposing New Order on a single opponent one time. The effect cannot be nullified, restricted, or cancelled. The cooldown is for 4 turns. Second action skill, which is going to be Strong Clap. Does 30% damage to all opponents with a low chance of stunning them for 2 turns, and decreases all opponents plus Ultra Gauge charge rate by 10% for 10 turns, only available in Arena and Festival. The enhanced bonus effect decreases critical resistance of all opponents by 10% for 10 turns. This effect cannot be nullified, restricted, or cancelled. The cooldown is also for 4 turns. First auto skill is going to be Tough Spirit. This character enhanced with these 2 conditions are met at the end of the turn. Number 1, after character attacks stun opponent 5 times. Number 2, after 7 turns pass from the start of battle. Multi-hit attacks equal 1 attack. So it's going to get a little bit until the enhancements are activated, but once it does, you get all the sweet benefits. Every 1 turn, medium chance of giving all allies a barrier that nullifies 1 hit, and a medium chance of giving all allies the ability to evade 1 time. Decreases defense of all opponents by 20% for 5 turns when the character gets knocked out. This effect cannot be nullified, restricted, or cancelled. And then the enhancement bonus effect gives character persistence for 3 turns when used when a character stirs or successfully executes the skill chain up to 1 time. This buff cannot be cancelled, blocked, or restricted. So once the enhancement is activated, what I'm reading so far, because who knows, for the second auto skill, it could be you also want to do something when you activate the 3rd skill chain. But just for this specifically, if this is the only way that she has to use the 3rd skill chain, just remember, once the 2 arrows are up, from there on out, just use it as a 3rd skill chain. Second auto skill, which is going to be Fulfillment of Duty. Decreases the power of all opponents by 30% when character is affected by buff restriction. Decreases critical resistance of all opponents by 10% for 10 turns after character attacks vulnerable opponents 2 times. Multi-hit attacks equal 1 attacks. Decreases defense of all opponents by 10% for 10 turns after character attacks stunned opponents. Multi-hit attacks equal 1 attack. And then decreases critical resistance of all opponents by 10% for 10 turns after character attacks opponent with power down 2 times. Multi-hit attacks equal 1 attack. After character attacks opponent with status ailment restriction 2 times, decreases critical resistance of all opponents by 10% for 10 turns and makes all opponents vulnerable for 2 turns. Multi-attacks equal 1 attack. These effects cannot be nullified, restricted, or cancelled. Increases both ultra gauge charge rate of all opponents by 10% for 10 turns. After character attacks opponents with the ability to nullify status ailments, multi-hit attacks equal 1 attack. This effect cannot be nullified, restricted, or cancelled, and only effective in Arena and Club Festival. Blocks all the opponent's status ailments from getting cancelled for 2 turns after temporary status ailments of an opponent are cancelled 2 times. Multi-cancels per actions equal 1 cancel. This effect cannot be nullified, restricted, or cancelled. I am not a fan of this. I already said this in the breakdown video, but this, we need to stop with this. Because this is going to turn people off, and not a lot of people are going to remember what this does. And at the end of the day, it's like, I could have just read a book at this point. Like, I could have read like 2 pages of a book probably, instead of just reading all this right here. Like, this is insane. Oh my god. But now that we did read Star and the Stripes kit, let's go into some, I was going to say Club Festival. Oh my god, because of what it said, Arena Club Festival. Let's go into some VE Tower, and then we'll take on the wonderful Arena. Alright guys, so for our first fight in VE Tower, we're going to go up against Hado, Uraraka, and Froppy. This is the team that I decided to bring. The reason why I am bringing Uraraka into the fight is because she does have the ability to stun. So we get more of a defensive debuff on the opponent once that is going to be activated. And of course, bringing Momo for the support, not only plus Ultra Gauge, but the power boost as well. So, with that being said, let's get into it, man. And hopefully, we get to see some of these New Order effects activate. Now, if that comes the case where, you know, we just cook them for free, which I don't think is going to happen, though, because look at how much health Hado has. She has 556,000, so she should be able to survive for a little bit. But, damn. You know what sucks, though? Is there an opponent that goes crazy with the effects, like burn and all that? Probably Endeavor. We'll have to see. I want to see if there's a fight that we could do before Ultra Arena to get those effects activated. So we'll start off with the first action skill right here. Why not? Actually, no. Let's do that and then that. So we get the defensive debuff for it. And we'll attack Uraraka. Sorry, Midoriya. Alright, we get the stun off on all of them. Nice. 38k. We hit the Froppy instead, though. Weird we hit the Froppy. But now we'll activate this, and this. Hear the wind in the background. That's what I was confused about when we were going up against the Clmax battle. Like, damn, yo, why I hear all this wind in the background? But it's because Star and Stripes literally just brings the wind with her. Oh, that's right now, no? Okay, right now, no, she's not bringing the wind. But I guess probably activate the Plus Ultra or whatever, then we'll hear the wind. So, we'll go over our Plus Ultra animation. Which this is a cool Plus Ultra. Oh my god. Alright, 48k, we did get the new order effect activated. Then we got the Plus Ultra for Uraraka, and then the Plus Ultra for Momo. She should heal this turn. Oh, actually not. She's not because she's stunned. But let's take a look at some of the new order effects that we have activated right here. Stat changes, my bad. So, new order. Cancel status ailments. Stuns character for 2 turns after character's temporary status ailments are cancelled 1 time. Multi-cancels per action equal 1 cancelled. This effect cannot be nullified, restricted, or cancelled. And that is the only new order effect that we have activated right now. So, we'll do this, and then this. We could possibly kill if Uraraka does a lot of damage right here, which I don't think she's going to do like too much. Let's see. 17k a piece, and then 97k. 19k, 15k. No, we weren't going to kill right there. Alright, so Hado is going to heal back to full HP, which we will take for free. And then we'll do this. And then get our plus ultras for the next turn. Alright, so slap up with the AoE, stun. And then, oh my gosh, he's just taking so much damage. Look how much defensive debuff this freaking Hado has. I'm sorry, Hado, but you gotta get slapped up with this. Alright, so once again, we're gonna be seeing this plus ultra. Bring the rockets in like you're nuking. We got the new order. 83k. And then finally, Momo with a max damage. Wait. Oh my god, why she took so much damage right there? What the hell? Jesus Christ. Alright, so we got the same new order effect once again. Oh, no, okay, we have multiple new order effects. So we have the cancel status ailments with the stun. Then we have the last stand. Decreases character's defense by 10% for 3 turns while character is making a last stand. What? Huh? Oh, that's for... Oh, okay. That's for them. I'm like, wait, that's for us? I'm sorry, I'm having a stupid moment. It's probably because it's been a minute since I did video. My bad. I'm sorry. Forgive me. I have sinned for misreading. Alright, so now that we did that, let's move on to our next fight. So for our next fight, of course, we gotta go up against All Might, her inspiration. Now, we are switching the team up here. The reason is because I want to see with the different type of effect being activated, does her new order effect come into play or not? So, let's get into this fight. And Dabi in the lineup. Let's see how you're going to make this fight more interesting. Or you're just gonna be here just to be here. Alright, so the burn should be activated. There we go. Wait, what the hell did he get hit with? Wait. Unrelenting Grudge. When affected by Hellfire Scorch, the character's burn effect will not be converted. Okay, I forgot that. It's been a while since I used this Dobby. I'm not gonna hold you. Alright, so we'll start off with this. We'll do this. It doesn't matter what we really do with the Dobby, and then we'll do that. So, bam. Oh my god. Okay, maybe we should have oh my god, what the hell? So much that's one thing about this Dobby, man. For these types of things, he goes crazy. I think you're done. We're not gonna activate any skills with you for the rest of this fight. New order stun. Decrease character defense by 10% for 2 turns. The character is stunned. Okay. Now we'll activate this. Just to get the plus ultra and then see what the new orders will do to All Might. Alright, dodge. Beautiful. That's what we like to see. We got that medium chance. Alright, now the plus ultras are going to activate. So, you at Cuddle Line or nothing? I will skip because we already seen it. The new orders have activated. And then Momo activates the plus ultra. Alright, now let's go into the menu and then see. So, where's the other? New order stun, new order stun. Damn, so it just stacks the new order stun. Okay, I thought it would be something different when we had the Star and Stripes, but I guess not. I mean, better to test it out than not testing it out. We can just wrap this up for free now. And then let's go into Ultra Arena. Alright guys, it is time to get the scrapping in Ultra Arena with our first opponent being Invisible Girl, Midoriya, Bakugo, Midoriya, Bakugo from Season 7 with Best Genius, and then Aizawa. Let's get into it and let's see how effective Star and Stripes is going to be with one of the good teams that we could go up against in the game currently. If it was up to me though, with this team specifically, I will swap out the Midoriya and Bakugo with somebody else that could probably help us out. Like, maybe even All Might. Like, you could put Armored All Might in here, this team is going to be insane. Alright, so how we are going to do this is we are going to activate the first action skill right here to get the support. We'll activate Hulk second to get that speed boost. And then finally, we could impose the new order just to start off, but we could also decrease all opponents plus ultra gauge charge rate. So, you know what? Yeah, let's do that, man. Let's go off with that. Because I do want to see the new order effect, but that is just way more better to just start off with, because we're trying to win at the end of the day as well. Alright, nice. Oh, and we got the stun off. Let's go. Honestly, what we could start doing is going off with Bakugo and just do as much damage as we want to him. But Midoriya does get a lot of damage going as well. So, I think the better play will probably try to get rid of Midoriya. So let's give the boost to her. We'll do this, and then we'll do this. Yeah, this Midoriya is about to feel a lot of damage coming towards him. 9,000. Okay, got the new order activated. Funny enough that you did that towards him because we were going to attack him anyways. Alright, so now Bakugo is going to be the one that we covered towards. They are going to be activating action skills as well. So what I'll do right here is activate our girl Jito first, and that's it. That's the only thing we'll activate because I don't want Bakugo to build up right now. Until we get the stun off of Bakugo again, and we have our plus ultras, not the smartest thing to do is just entertain the Bakugo. Alright, so we got the support going for us. And then we'll activate this, and this. Or we could just activate some plus ultras right here, but I'm not going to do that. If we have the action skills, let's just let them fly. Do that. Stun, nice. And it's off of her. Oh, that's beautiful. Beautiful. Alright, so we are taking a lot of damage though. That sucks. But we do have our plus ultras available that we can just activate for free now. We can't target the Hagakure. That sucks. But hey, you know what? Target Midoriya instead. Okay. So we do 39. This is going to be AoE. So we do 16k. New order is activated. And let's check real quick what the new orders are going to be. So it's new order stun. New order evade. That's a new one that we got. Decrease character defense by 10% for 3 turns when character is evading. That's clutch! Because the Hagakure does like to give the ability to evade. And then with the Hagakure, I'm assuming it's going to be the same thing. Where is it? Where's the new order? Did she not get hit with new order? She did not get hit by new order. Okay. Interesting. Alright. I thought she would have got hit with it as well. So, if we have the AoE, Hagakure is dead right here, right? Do we have the AoE? Yes, we have the AoE. Let's go. So, let's give the support once it gets to her. More importantly, let's give the last stand to her. And this should be GG's. 1, 2, Damn, that did a lot. Oh my god! Mind you, that Bakugo is UR plus, dude. Oh, this is gonna hurt. Unless we kill right here. Thank God we had the last stand. If we didn't have the last stand, that would have been goodbye to our girl Star and the Stripe. Alright, so support. Goodbye. And then slice and dice for 98k. And that is our first fight in complete victory. Let's move on to our second fight. And so for our second match, we are going up against Bakugo and Midoriya, Summer Toga, Mina Ashiro, with Midoriya and Lady Nagant being on the end slot. If you guys remember from earlier, or if you just got to this point from skipping, with our girl Mina Ashiro that we're going up against, we are able to decrease the power of all opponents by 30% when character is affected by buff restriction. And then don't forget, we also have the status ailment restrictions, which after character attacks an opponent with status ailment restrictions 2 times, decreases critical resistance of all opponents by 10% for 10 turns. And then there's another thing with the restrictions as well. Hold on, because decreases power of a single opponent with status ailment restriction by 5% for 10 turns. And then also the other thing as well is blocks all opponents' status ailments from getting canceled. No, okay, this is for getting canceled. Never mind. I'm looking at this live right now from the website, so give me a sec. Nope, that's not what I'm looking for as well. And then the last one I'm going to take a look at with the ability. Okay, so she does also have the ability to decrease plus ultra gauge charge rate of all opponents by 10% for 10 turns. After character attacks an opponent with the ability to nullify status ailment 2 times. So that is a good reason why we are taking on Toga as well. So it's going to make it to where this person is not going to be doing a lot of damage. And also, their plus ultras are going to suffer horrifically. So it makes me kind of want to find a Julio as well to do our last match. Alright, so let's get this going. Of course, the character that we are going to be focusing on is going to be Mina. So let's start off with this, and this. Of course, we are going to be faster. Thanks for Bakugo being on the lineup. Alright, so bam, get that going. And then get all that damage going as well. Right, dodge. Dodge. We're chilling so far. Alright, vulnerable is active. However, let's protect our girl Star in the Stripes because she is taking a lot of damage now. So let's do this. Bam. Get the punch in. And then get this attack in. 19k. Nice, we have lowered her health to 50, under 50% HP. Oh, but we are taking a lot of damage though. She could die right here. Damage, and she's dead. Okay, so with Star and the Stripes, so far what I'm noticing from her, she gives me the Endeavor vibe. She is not tanking, which sucks. That does suck that she is not tanky. I mean, mind you as well, with our girl Jito, she is making it to where she is giving defensive support once we do activate the action skill that does give the last stand as well. But I guess what I'm going to have to do, when we start the fight, that's when I'm going to have to activate it. We'll let this fight keep playing out, just why not? Just so you guys get a little bit extra footage. And to make up to the fact that our girl Star and Stripes did lose, I am going to include an extra match as well, so don't worry. Alright, so 800, 26k. Bakugo does his AoE once again. And then she gives the support to Bakugo. And that's not gonna matter. No aggro, right? No aggro. Okay, so we could just destroy Ashido, I think, at this point. Hawk should be built up to the point that he can do it. Alright, 9,000. AoE, defensive debuff, but luckily no bleed effect. Alright, 49k. Nice. I was gonna say our girl, but I caught myself off there. Ashido is dead. And then we do attack the Midoriya, but of course he had the evasion active. This is what's gonna suck right here, is that we don't really have a character that has bullseye that is going to be doing a lot of damage until Jito is dead. I'm mixing up with the names, man. I know I haven't recorded in a while, but come on, man. To the point that I'm mixing up names, like, don't do this to me. Alright, this AoE, yep, a lot of damage. That is insane. That Bakugo lost his block. Again, this character, Hawks, is just something truly out of a fairy tale book with the amount of damage that he does. Of course, stupid notifications. Alright, so now we'll do this to get the last stand buff, and then we'll give Hawks his support right here. Or actually, no, yeah, we'll do that. Let's just get Bakugo out of here. Goodbye. Screw it. Because I was like, do I want to activate the Pulse Ultra instead? Because we already have the last stand buff getting activated from Momo, but I was like, you know what, whatever. You know, we practically have this fight in the bag. Even if one of the characters die right here, we have Bakugo in the lineup who's just going to tank everything, and then it's just GG's from there. Alright, she dodged, lucky. She dodged again. Damn, okay. Miss Evader. Let's activate the plus ultras here, just to get rid of the evasion from Midoriya. Alright, 32k. Here we did some damage, but nothing to be scared of. Plus ultra from Hawks. Get rid of the dodge. Okay, actually, no. He has 2 dodges. Never mind. I thought if we did it, he would have been dead, but I guess not. But luckily, Momo does come in clutch with the death. And then finally, to wrap this up, we'll just activate these 2 action skills right here. We don't even need to chain it together. Just goodbye. Move on to our next match. So, folks, ask and you shall receive. So, for our next match, we're going up against Midoriya, Julio with Summerfest, Jiro with Endeavor, and Uraraka being on the end slot. Let's hope that we don't get to the point that Jiro does get hide, because if she does get hide, Endeavor is going to go kind of crazy. But here's the caveat to that. If Endeavor does come in, the hide is active, but we are still faster by then we'll be able to chill out and then try to stun him, and then we're free. Alright, so let's switch it up this time. Let's activate the support right here. Then we'll activate this and then activate this. We are faster. Mind you, one of the characters here were maxed out. So, you just gotta love when the speed comes into clutch for you. Alright, so 11k. Julio's already taking a bunch of damage. Alright, I want to get rid of Julio ASAP, because the last thing I want is these characters to have fun with the evasion. Even though it doesn't matter because of our girl's ability to go through the evasion with Bullseye. But still, you know, it can still get pretty annoying for the other characters, especially Hawks, who does also have an AoE that I want to hit a lot of damage with. Alright, 40k. Alright, his last stand has been activated. Shotgun. Let's see how much damage he takes right here. Alright, dead. Nice. Alright, so we have plus ultras ready to go. Jiro. Okay, Jiro, real quick. I need to check. Is hide active for you? Hide is active for you for 1 more turn. Damn, but that doesn't matter because that just means search for the enemy is active. Okay, so Jiro and Endeavor are going to be going off with the plus... Well, Jiro and Midoriya are going off with the plus ultras, but Endeavor will be activating his action skill first, which shouldn't kill us right here. It's not going to kill us. Nice. Alright, 67k. And then the AoE right here should be doing a lot of damage. Nice. Killing off the Endeavor. Let's go. And then the last plus ultra that's going to activate right here. Jiro. Nice. And then they're going to activate the plus ultras right here. Midoriya hitting us for quite a bit of damage there. And then a little bit of damage there as well. Okay, but we do live. Thank God. Whew. So let's do this. Reason being is that with Bullseye being activated, we can get rid of the evasion that the characters currently have right here. So, bam. Alright, we didn't get the Bullseye off. My bad. Okay, but it doesn't matter though. Uraraka is dead. We dodge. We also have the Barrier Beat activated as well. Alright, and then we can do... Oh, stun being activated because of Midoriya's effect. Let's go. Ah, peak. And then 34k. Max damage, you're dead. Alright, Jiro activates her support, giving her the last stand effect. Well, we have 2 plus ultras right here, so let's go. First plus ultra, of course, max damage. No hesitation there. And then 48k. And you are dead. Goodbye. Let's move on to the next match. So for the last match of our video, we are going up against a mystery team. Let us see if our girl can handle the pressure of not knowing the opponent that she is facing. And can we handle the pressure of the characters? Like, oh, of course. Well, this is gonna be interesting to say the least. Endeavor is here, so if we do get hit and the hide is activated, as I've stated earlier, that is going to mean an automatic loss for us. But we mostly will have the advantage if we do get to have our effect of, well, I guess the advantage is gone if we get first and then we activate priority of not letting them build up their gauge. Crazy enough though, Endeavor already almost has his plus ultra. Alright, so AoE. AoE. Oh my god. Look how much damage she already took. What the hell? Jesus Christ. Well, things are already going downhill. I can tell you that much. Alright, now that Endeavor has the plus ultra, we could confidently say goodbye to Jiro. And then Momo's going to come in right after. Damn it. Oh, 32k. Hold on. Yes. Oh, we have a chance. We have a chance. We have a chance. Thank God Endeavor is built like a brick that is made out of wood. I don't know. My point being that thank God Endeavor's fragile. I was trying to go with something like funny and stupid, but it just went more stupid than funny. Let's do this. Just activate the plus ultras. Let them fly. Alright, so Hawks is going first. Does a lot of damage. Our Hawks goes. Nice. Beautiful damage right there. And then she activates it. Nice. Getting the new order effects activated. We get a little bit of damage off as well. Okay, we live. Thank God. Sucks, though, that we don't have Jito's effects. This is, again, why I was saying in my video that what holds back Jito is the fact that she doesn't have cooldown. If she had cooldown, this would have made it way more easier for us to go off. We would have just basically went first and killed. Alright, 20k. Here we. Oh, he activates the support. We're fine. Do we live? We live. Cool. Alright, definitely we're gonna activate this. This. And then this. Hopefully we got the recovery block activated on Hawks. Come on, Hawks. You usually activate it for me most times. Alright, he didn't get activated there. 63k? Yeah, she's dead. She's a goner. There's no way. Maybe I should be running purple Hawks instead at that point. So she's not taking all that damage. Or just a support member that has evasion activated. Let's just see throughout the will of our girl Star and the Stripes, because if you guys remember, when she is KO, she does give defensive debuff. Wait, is it? Hold on, let me search this up real quick. Doing this live, man. Again, her thing is so long that it just sucks after. Okay, so decrease defense of all opponents by 20% for 5 turns the character gets knocked out. So yeah, through her will, they should be taking more damage and making it where it's a little bit more easier for us to activate our skills of doing damage. 7k, support, 35k. Of course, Kaminari never dies. Damn it. I want Hawks to die. That Hawks is going to be hooking us with the DPS. Especially with the support being activated. Yeah, a lot of damage. Oh my god. Look how low we are. Jesus. Alright, last stand. And the Hawks activates the plus ultra. Finally, we kill the stupid, annoying Kaminari, man. But what sucks, I mean, actually we do have Bullseye now, but we have to wait, well, not really wait much longer, but he's gonna go first no matter what. Damn, this sucks. Well, we could actually do AoE, and let's see if the purple Hawks' evasion does go away from this. It does, nice. We do kill off her, Momo. 61k, nice. Dead. Yes! Beautiful. Okay, so now, we'll activate this, this, and then this. Sorry I mixed up the name of Momo earlier. I'm just nervous right now for this match. Alright, get rid of the dodge, please. We didn't get rid of the dodge. 70k. That should do a lot of damage. Yes, and we win the final match. Even though it wasn't with Star and Stripes, so you can call it an L, but just for me wanting to win that mystery match, I'll take the dub, so we can get more points off of that. Beautiful. Alright, so let's go to the main menu and talk about our girl Star and Stripes. So as usual, that's enough today's video talking about our girl Star and Stripes. I think she is a very good character with a lot of things that she does offer to the table. The stunning with the new order, the debuffs that also come with the new order as well, the decrease in plus ultra gauge charge rate that is super clutch to have in these types of fights, the AoEing, the bullseye, and it's just like, you know, she can pretty much help you take control of the fight with also the debuffs that the opponent gives as well, with the buff restrictions, the nullify status ailments, the cancel status ailments, and a little bit of like a debuff when she knocks out. I mean, it's not too crazy, but it's better to have it more so than not having it. The flaw that I would say is that she is a little bit fragile. You could say probably because she is level 100 right now, probably level 130, she will be a little bit more able to take hits like that. But, you know, everybody currently has a level 100 right now, so she is going to be in that fragile state. So what I would personally recommend is Hagakure to be ran alongside her, because having the Hagakure, giving the barrier and evasion, it just makes it to where it keeps her alive even longer. And if you also get her effect of barrier and evasion, it's just like, oh my god, this character is just not dying. That is the type of reaction you're going to get from your opponent when they are going up against Star and Stripes alongside the Hagakure as well. So that is where we're ending today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Be sure to like and comment if you want so you don't have to, but it's always greatly appreciated. Also subscribe. Again, you can let me know down below your own personal thoughts on Star and the Stripes, and also let me know down below some of the goals that you do have for the new year. And with that, I'll see y'all next time. Peace. There is another team I want to try with Star and Stripes, but also there are going to be 2 more videos that are going to be coming out before the Kirishima and Mina release date. So